Going.
Well, I saw you were occupied. I was coming over here next, and I was like, they're busy. We'll come back in just a second.
We don't want you here.
Let's do this thing. We have full production dumbbells.
This is still pre-production.
Still pre-production.
But
okay,
it's a lot better than what you got.
Okay, so walk me through it.
Okay, so this is the Freak Athlete adjustable dumbbell that goes from 10 pounds to 120 pounds in 5-pound jumps. There's no cage, it's quick change, and it's durable. So, just as an example, right? I can go from 10 pounds right here, all the way up to 120 like that. Let's say I want to drop, I want to do a 55, right?
Okay.
Thumbs up, I'm ready. I can go ahead. If I'm feeling unsafe or whatever, I can just drop the weight. Now, Ryan was our first early tester for the adjustable dumbbells, and he ruined my month by breaking them, okay? He literally ruined my entire month. Because I was like, I think we got it, And then he's like, okay, here you go. And he drops some and they break. And I was like, no.
For context, we were on a video call, and he's like, all right, I need you to drop test these because we're filming tomorrow, and we need to make sure that we can drop these pre-production units. I'm like, okay, so I got the full 120-pound dumbbell, dropped it, and then I was like, I think I broke it. And then Yogi's like, all right, don't mess with me like that. I'm like, no, really, I think I broke it.
I'm telling you, he literally ruined my month. I was at the airport, and the entire flight, I'm like.
But now,
yes,
they're better.
So what we changed is, initially we had it as a half moon.
Right.
So the dumbbell itself, let's go to 25. So it was cut here and here. Right. So whenever you had a point of contact, so there was a straight edge and it hit it, it caused more impact to the dumbbell than it needed to. So when it's a circular design, it's equal. No matter where you drop it, it's equal on that front right there. Not only that, you never tried the stand, for example.
Right.
So this cradle is bolted onto the stand itself.
Okay.
And again, as you can do it, so you can move this around as you see fit.
Okay.
So not only that, is these are expandable. So we will be selling 80, 105, 120.
Okay.
And 85, 105, whatever, this is gonna be the 3 variances.
Right.
And the goal is, as you get stronger, you can get more plates. You don't have to buy the 120. You can buy the 80, and if you feel like I'm gonna get stronger or I'm getting better, buy more plates.
So to make sure I understand this correctly, so like let's say I bought the 80s. So it's gonna have the same handle, right?
The handle's gonna be the same.
And so it'll just have the end plate that keeps the shaft from going out any further.
Yep.
And so the handle's actually capable of expanding out to 120,
yep.
But it'll just get blocked by the end plate.
Exactly.
And it'll only be allowed to go up
We're
to 80.
basically gonna give you middle plates.
Yes.
That will just help you expand it further. Very
cool. I like that. And then we have the Apex.
Okay.
I already have a little bit of...
Before we move on to the Apex, do you want to try this out? Go a quick bench? Don't have to go heavy, just whatever.
Let's do it.
Feel out the balance of them.
Let's do it. All right, I haven't warmed up, so we're gonna do 60. Sounds good. I like, there's plenty of room.
Yep. You want me to spot you?
Do you normally have people spot you on your warm-up sets?
That's right. Hey, don't mess with my jokes.
Yeah, they're definitely very balanced.
Yeah, that's the idea behind it, is they're cageless. They're shaped like a dumbbell. They're supposed to perform exactly like a fixed dumbbell should.
They slot well too.
Yeah, and that's why this is better than what you got in terms of, is the pre-production model, but still the tolerances are set pretty tightly, so that everything slides and fits perfectly.
Okay, so percentage-wise, roughly, what would you say, how close to full production are these?
I would say mid-90s.
Okay.
Yeah, I'd say mid-90s. Appearance-wise, there's gonna be no changes. Some tolerances, things here and there, but apart from that.
I see a couple changes here.
All right, so change number 1, we have 2 steps on both sides, okay? Very important. Change number 2, we have 2 steps on both sides. Again, very important. And then the third thing is, we changed this thing right here.
Oh, you did?
Yep. So originally, the U basically cut off right here. People with extreme ranges of motion basically were able to hit the post.
Oh,
but now you're gonna see.
Right.
So let's take that off and see how deep it goes.
Oh, snap.
So if you're hitting this, then honestly, there's nothing anybody can do there.
I guess I just didn't have the range of motion to finish the test.
Yeah, literally. People were hitting it here or so, but now you can go all the way back here.
Right.
So this basically helps with full range of motion. And something we are experimenting with is a pad that goes down the middle.
Okay.
So that it can help create like a more comfortable experience. I find it to be just as fine as it is, but some people did say that they would like an insertable pad, so that's something we're experimenting with.
Okay, got it. And then other than that, and then adding the 2 extra steps, are there any changes from the one that I reviewed?
No.
And then, for people who haven't watched my review on that, this is a 4-in-1 machine. We've got the reverse hyper, we've got Nordics, we got the GHD, and
back extensions.
Back extensions, yes. What's
Kettlebell.
next? Kettlebell. I have not tested these yet.
So, Mr. Ryan Treadaway has told me he is not a kettlebell person.
Yes, I don't use kettlebells. I don't own a kettlebell, a single one.
So, so you're actually gonna be you've never used a kettlebell, right?
I mean, I've used one before, but like,
okay.
I've not touched a kettlebell since before COVID.
Okay, go ahead and clean that kettlebell. That's a traditional kettlebell, right?
Okay.
Just get into a rack position up here. All right, so I'll walk you through it, ready? So,
a kettlebell
you would get it up
position.
here.
All right, got it.
So you see that you're gonna feel the comfort. Does it feel comfortable, uncomfortable, a little bit?
I mean, it's not very heavy. So.
Okay, so that's heavier. But I'm gonna go apples to apples here. And now you're gonna try this one. Go ahead and clean that.
Okay.
Just mindful of the pin.
Ah.
You feel it?
The arm groove.
Exactly.
So instead of it being
a rounded surface, a rounded surface puts a lot of pressure on your forearms.
Right.
Versus the flat and concave. There it is. Yeah.
Very cool.
So now, not only that, is why this adjustable kettlebell is actually just as good as a kettlebell.
Right.
Is in the sense of a kettlebell is literally a cannonball with a handle attached to it.
Right.
That's literally the definition of what a kettlebell is.
Right.
Right. So the weight is always as close to the handle as possible.
Right.
A lot of adjustable kettlebells, they have a lot of moving parts, a lot of plastic components, things that wear out over time. Right.
Right.
Here, it's full metal construction. It goes on. Let's say I select 44 pounds.
Right.
Okay. Still, all the weight is as close to the handle as possible. Nothing is offsetted, nothing is like off balance. And the tolerance wise, the way this product works is nothing is moving around when you're using it, right? It's still performing like a kettlebell.
Right.
So whether you're doing snatch, clean, and everything, it performs really well.
Okay. Now I take that back. I've tried one kettlebell, but what it was is one of those adjustable ones where it's just a handle that clamps onto a dumbbell.
I got you. I know what you're talking about.
I used it once.
Yeah.
I was like, this.
It's a little sketchy.
I'm not doing this.
Yeah, but this is full metal construction.
Okay.
The only thing that's plastic on here is the pin head, which again, you're never gonna have to worry about it.
Right. And so we go all the way up to 70 pounds.
Yep.
What does the handle itself weigh?
So the base weight on this is going to be 12 kg, which is 25 pounds. And then it goes in every 2 kilo increments. So 14, 16, all the way to 32. And
okay. And then you have pounds on
the
one
other side,
kg on the other side.
25 empty, 31, 35, and so on.
Right.
The numbers on the pounds are a little off because
decimal.
It's because it's measured in kilos. That's what a kettlebell is supposed to be, is measured in kilos.
Right.
And the conversion is always going to be a little bit off, but you're going to see that on a fixed dumbbell as well.
Right.
It's like 26.5, for example. So we round up when we do our thing, but it's always going to be a little bit.
It makes it cleaner.
Exactly. And again, so put it on there, you change the weight, see how easy it is.
Okay. Slides nice and easy, pull the pin.
That's it.
Oh, I thought I was doing the lowest hole. And that is about as quick and easy as it gets.
Literally, if someone can make it faster, I'd be shocked.
It's literally a selectorized kettlebell.
Exactly. Exactly. And so we have other kettlebells on the side just to show people as a comparison.
Right.
Like, this is a lot more comfortable in the rack position, so it removes that barrier to entry for a lot of people.
Right.
And this makes it a lot better. Next one is going to be the Hyper. The new Hyper.
The new Hyper.
This is now a single pad design. I'll show you in a second.
Okay.
You're going to like it. Trust me, you're going to like it.
Okay, okay.
So basically, on our original product, if you see right here, there is many knobs that we had to color code in order for people to understand it, right?
Right.
This is an amazing product. People have gotten a lot of benefit, fixed a lot of back pain, gotten very strong.
Right.
But
Well,
there is a learning curve.
There's a reason why it's stuck around my gym for like, what, 5 years now?
There you go. Yeah, there is a learning curve.
I make sure there's room for it to stay.
Yeah, there is a learning curve, and this has been on the market for 3 years now. The biggest piece of feedback that we got from customers is make it simpler to use.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
So that was when we started designing something. We come up with a design language. Design language for this: simplicity.
Right.
Okay. So now you only have to worry about 2 knobs. Okay.
Okay.
Knob 1 to raise and lower the front. Knob 2 to raise and lower the back. That's it. Okay. So knob 1 raises the front.
Okay.
Knob 2 raises the back.
Okay, and then that's just an unlock mechanism right there?
So you want to grab this when you're lifting up.
Okay. So when it drops down to the bottom, it locks in? Okay.
Yep. So that when you're doing 45 back extensions, it doesn't just unlock. Now, when you're up in this position, we now have a latch, which makes it a lot more stable. So when you're adjusting, let's say I want to go to 6, right? Clamp down.
And you can do like in between settings too.
You can do literally infinite settings here.
Right. Okay. Very cool.
So come take a look at this. And they're actually laser cut out instead of laser engraved like last time. So you can go all the way up to 14.
All right, there we go.
All the way from 14, all the way to 1. So let's say I want to get to number 6 for me, okay? I would clamp that down. Now it's a lot more stable.
Right.
Now, let me show you the benefit of this pad design. There's a couple things. One is, let's say I'm training Nordics, right?
Okay.
So I get on here, I'm doing my incline Nordic.
Right.
Okay? And I come back up.
Okay.
On that one, you would have to use a Nordic pad, right? You would have the center pad. Here, this is a 1-pad design. So now go from here, let's say I want to do back extensions.
Okay.
It's the same height for me.
I like it.
Where it's not something that I have to mess around with. Then, same exact thing applies to when we put it into GHD mode. Now, the old GHD mode, you had a pop pin design. Now we have this channel. Basically, this goes on like this and installed.
So it's just held in by friction then?
No, it's held in by an actual plate that it goes into,
Okay.
so you can't push forward on it.
Ah, yeah. So then
That's it, and lift up.
Ah, that's sweet.
Yeah,
Okay.
and so it locks everything in. And even for storage, this is a great portion of it, where it makes it easier for it to store. It doesn't add any height to it, and you can move it around while it's stored on here.
Okay. I see you changed the vinyl on this one too.
Yes, we did.
Okay.
We got a lot of requests to do grippy vinyl because that people just aesthetically and functionally, people said that they preferred that one. We ran this through so many tests, and this came out the winner on all of them.
The customer's always right.
That is.
I like that vinyl. I'm just saying I like that vinyl a lot.
I like that vinyl too, but I'm
on your side.
Yeah. So, I don't know, if you want to see the handle from the back, so it works like a latch now. Because your hand is going to be here anyways when you're lifting the back up, right? So might as well get it in the right position to lift up. So the way this works is, so you would get here, you would go down, and it latches right there. So it releases it. The big thing about this product is this is a product for people with back pain. People who have back pain, people who are trying to get better. The last thing you want to do is get hurt while trying to adjust your machine.
Right.
So this is the heaviest part of the machine. In the back, we added a piston. So a gas stick right here, that basically, it's an assist that brings it up. I'm literally lifting with one finger.
Right.
And I can let it go right here. And it doesn't do anything. And the pin is not engaged, see? Now
Yeah, and I love what you've done with the adjustment mechanisms too, because with the Hyper Pro, I don't use it as much as I used to just because I have so many dedicated pieces of equipment that like takes some of those functions. And so like if I don't have GHD in the rotation for that phase of my training, it might go for a couple months before I start using it again.
Exactly.
And I used it last week actually. And when I went to adjust it, it did take me a second. I was like, wait a minute, okay, I gotta pull this knob, yeah. And then I forgot that there was the locking knob in the back, and I went to lift up on it and I'm like, ah crap, I gotta unlock it. And so with this, having never even seen this before, like it just makes sense. Because like I can see this, and like without even having used it before, I can just, okay, that's
gonna bring that up to there.
That. And then the one knob, this is the back, one knob, okay, that's the front.
That's it. Literally, that's all you need to understand to use this machine. Is one raises the back, one raises the front, and keep your hand there, you're done to go.
I love it. Is there a leg developer attachment for the new one?
This, in fact, is going to work with our ABX leg developer.
Ah,
okay.
Does it currently?
Yes, it does.
Okay.
It absolutely does. So, if you come on here, you see a little marking called LD.
Okay.
So this latch, you bring it down, you get it to be on the 15 degrees.
And that adapter, that comes with the Hyper Pro?
That will come with the Hyper Pro.
Okay.
So, you would take the adapter, you would bring this down, set it to your correct setting. So, bring this back right about here. So for that, right on this model, it's a number 5.
Okay.
If I have a little bit more room.
It's a good realistic test because there's not going to be a lot of room in the garage.
Yep. And so you just take a plate, for example.
Okay.
And you can now do leg extensions. And the same thing with hamstring curls. The idea was that this pad angle should match this pad angle.
Right.
Right. As it is on the ABX.
Right.
So as it performs on the ABX, it performs on the Hyper for leg extensions.
I love it. Because having used both the old one and the new one, this is way better.
I'm telling you, not
way
just that.
better.
Not just that. Check this out. What I always like to tell people is, when number one, this is a lot easier to move around, and it's a lot more stable.
Right.
So like, if you're going around, I'm not gonna kick it over. It's not gonna bump over. If the kids are playing around, it's very hard to knock it over.
Right.
That's the goal behind it. And the idea is to have a cohesive ecosystem.
Right.
Where if you're buying 2 of our products, you don't need to buy 2 leg developers.
Right.
Let's say you want a superset one day. So you can set up leg developers on there and do something else on there. Or set up leg developers on there and hit Nordics on here. So cohesive ecosystem is the key point behind this.
And then maybe not everybody is like me, but having the ABX and the Hyper Pro, at least for me, I'm like, okay, I can just swap it between the two and use them one for one thing, use the one for the other. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
I love what you've got here. Now here's the real question. When do I get to take one of these home?
Okay, all right. I knew that was coming.
I know.
Very soon, actually. So we are actively started production on this.
Yeah.
And what you will receive will be a production unit.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get it shipped out to you as soon as possible.
We're back at the Freak Athlete booth by popular demand. I specifically had requests to do goblet squats north of 80 pounds. So we're just gonna put all of it on there, you know.
Whatever.
And we're gonna see how comfortable it is to do goblet squats with the full dumbbell.
This man is an animal.
So the question was comfort level because of it being rounded and not having anything flat to grab onto.
How was it? No problem.
Good. No problem at all.
All right.
So then, same question.
So you can put this on the other side if you want to, but regardless, it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. Tricep extensions, which is going to be the same thing. So I don't see any problems here.
My man.
So no problem holding on to anything. And I think I can agree with you now because we had a debate about the speed of the adjustment.
Yeah.
I think this might be faster than the Dumbbells.
Literally, like I'm not saying from bottom to top. I'm saying from 120 to 70 to 100 to 30, from 90, 15, 85. Like you cannot change faster than that anywhere.
Right. I go back and forth in my head because I do still like the design of being able to twist the handles. Just from the perspective of, yes,
on.
okay, fair enough.
Come on.
I like it from the perspective of if you are doing a drop step and you just boom, boom, you don't even have to look down. That's a very specific use case.
Ready? Ready? Boom.
Okay.
Boom. I'm not even looking at it. I'm like,
okay.
I'm just saying. You know, it's a very niche thing. You
Very
hear
specific.
Just listen to that click.
Yeah. Okay.
So it all depends on your definition. And when you were doing it, I realized that you were doing it from the floor. It's very hard to line up the thing from the floor. So to go from here, you're standing, coming in. This is a lot easier to line things up than to do it on the floor.
Right.
You had a hell of a time doing it.
And then other question was on the Hyper Pro over here. Is there still the ability to do hip thrusts on the Hyper Pro?
No.
Okay.
Reason being, it's more efficient for us to, it's more important that we have a better ecosystem with the ABX leg developer than it is for the hip thrust. Okay. And the hip thrust was the least used feature by most people.
Is there a way, can you rig it to where you can use the GHD pad?
We thought about it. Can you do it? Potentially. Right? Can you do it? Potentially. But is this good? Is this like a joke for them, or I don't know how people are going to take it.
Right.
You want to try it?
I can try it.
Yeah.
All right, so pretend that I have a barbell here. So I have to start from the floor and then scoop myself in. There's enough clearance. I'm not gonna hit the handles. It can definitely be done.
One sec, stay there, okay, stay there. Josh, Benji, try it.
Okay.
Yeah. He said it's pretty good. And that's when it's furthest in, you can slide this.
Oh, true. So you can come out some more.
Also, what about this? What about this? Ready? Try that.
Okay, that solves what I was about to say without me saying it. Because that brings it lower on your back. It can definitely be done, yeah.
Okay, but again, we didn't want to do any wrong movements,
Right.
or like something that wasn't at best of its cost. That's why we
Right.
call it a Nordic back extension GHD.
Right.
Can you do reverse hypers off of it? Sure. Can you? Whoa there! That's one of my favorite movements. Can you do other stuff off of it, like decline sit-ups and stuff? Yes, it works great. Is it exceptional at it? No. The three things it's absolutely exceptional at is Nordics, back extensions, and GHDs.
For those of you who have not been around the channel since forever ago, many years ago, I gave the original, I forget the name now, the Nordic Hyper GHD.
Yep.
Back before they called it the Hyper Pro. I gave them a little bit of shade because of calling it a reverse hyper, where you kind of had to finagle the machine just a little bit to make the reverse hypers happen.
It worked really well, okay? But I agree, it is a body weight reverse hip extension. I would not say reverse hypers, but I would say body weight reverse hip extension.
Right. Same movement pattern, but not quite the same. You don't have the added resistance with the belt.
Absolutely.
And all that.
I agree.
Okay. Well, day 2, back at the Freak Athlete booth.